that's
matched the
approved by
social
city council.
aspect of
So
the neighborhood.
ultimately,
So
it
a
goes
plan was
through
developed
the
to
city
make sure
granting
that there was
policy.
social
And
development. My connection is large in community building, what do you call? But I also attend the safety meetings, a little bit communication, and the employment table. But you could say a heart. My heart for SDP lies in the community building.
Joel Clausen. I'm a community capacity builder, part of the community development team at Yonge Street Mission, and I'm a co-chair of the community building working group, which is part of the social development plan in Regent Park.
What are the community building working group's goals?
The goal of community building is really a beautiful goal to what do you call create accessible and informal spaces. Space is a huge relevance to our neighborhood, especially space for grassroots leaders. So the community building working group works on to help create informal spaces and formal spaces.
A formal one might be some kind of a space that's devoted to, say, youth, or devoted to a group could use the space for their purposes. Or informal might be people just meeting outside somewhere, or a drop-in inside, or lots of different possibilities. And also events, creating events and groups that would bring people together.
To bring together the GCHC and market residents and organizations. So it's a very important work group for the social development, because it's all about inclusion and cohesion. We want to include grassroots groups in the makeup of the neighborhood, but also we want to create a cohesive community between the different parties that are in the neighborhood, be they residents and organizations.
Who can join? Who is the community building working group?
So any working group is open to any member of the community who wants to join. And so it's a wide open invitation, even ideally be available for some of that in-between meetings stuff as well, to build up the work of the group. But, some people are only able to come to the meetings, and that's fine too. And there's a lot of people in the community who are really committed to it, and who really, they want to work together with others to build up the community. And so it's those people who want to engage that way that do join. There's also a number of organizations and agencies in Regent Park. So Yonge Street Mission is one. Our community development team has sort of aligned itself with the social development plan. That was actually a recommendation of the original SDP, that agencies align their work with it. Other agencies are part of the community building working group too. The neighborhood group, Central Neighborhood House, sends a staff. Fred Victor, CRC, sends a staff. We have a lead from on the projects. One is from the Kiwanis Boys and Girls Club. Another is from Neighborhood Information Post. Another really important group for us is the Regent Park Neighborhood Association, building up the social fabric of the group and of the community beyond as well. Lots of different representatives of grassroots groups. There's the Regent Park Islamic Resource Center. We had our meeting yesterday with a presentation by Downtown Somali Union. People from Mothers of Peace are often attend the meeting. Lots of other groups as well.
What projects is community building working on?
Right now, underway are 3 projects. The first one is to help access to recreation, a group in the neighborhood that's working on giving more community members access to recreational facility. So that's ongoing. This is all about making sure that the families that live in the neighborhood are able to access the programming,
so that there be a more organized and ongoing resident voice to try to speak into how, say, the athletic field is used, or the community center, or the aquatic center, those recreational facilities.
The second one is around access to space. As I said before, there are lots of grassroots groups that do not have access to adequate space for programming. So that we're working on setting up partnerships with all the different community organizations, like Toronto Community Housing, to make sure that grassroots groups have adequate space to do their programming. And the third one is around sports.
To have better access to certain sports for children and youth, starting with football, but partnering with other groups that are already in the community around soccer and basketball as well.
A fourth one is around events. Regent Park has always had what's called Sunday in the Park, which was an annual programming where lots of the organizations in the neighborhood, all the residents in the neighborhood come together on a Sunday, and there's a picnic. It was a fun event, and went for at least 10 to 15 years. So the idea with community building is to make sure that that these tangible projects lead us to a more cohesive communities.
How can residents, organizations, and stakeholders get involved?
There are no requirements. There are no barriers. All you have to show is interest, and you're part of the work group.
We'd love to have you and other working groups too.
Please do not forget to like, comment, and share to our channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms. And for more information, please check out our website.
Thank you.